What's up, guys? So I have a ghost dog here. This one is going to be about a couple things that I learned as far as dehydrating. Uh, you saw the first little clip that came on with the intro. It's the I have the Nesco FD37A, I think is the model number. It's a couple things I learned with that. I did get the dehydrator Bible, and a couple things I learned with that. It doesn't have any temperature settings. It's just pretty much an on and off button. And I didn't pay attention to a couple things. Now, in the instructions, they pretty much matched everything as far as in the dehydrator Bible, as far as vegetables and foods and things like that. So I went on thinking that pretty much everything coincided with, that dehydrator I happened to use. I just figured I kind of lucked out. Well, I did. Dehydrated quite a bit of peas. This is a full large size bag of peas. Did We even did eggs, but that was a fail. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. We did corn twice, and if you can tell the difference here, I'll try to get that.
All right, this is the properly processed one, and this are the ones that pretty much were a fail, and you can tell a difference in color.
The dehydrator is 400 watts, and not realizing, I don't even remember what it says in the manual, the temperature it runs at, but it runs at about 165 degrees Fahrenheit. The dehydrator Bible, everything in here has everything temped at about anywhere between 110 and 130. So the cooking times definitely vary, but like I said, considering the manual with the instruction times were kind of the same, I figured I'd be good to go. Well, I learned my lesson, so I had to cut back and figure out, since mine was running at about 160, how many hours to cut it back. So it's pretty much averages about 2 hours that I have to cut back time, or that I cook it less than the book allows. And we realized after that we haven't had any issues. I did jerky prior to finding out about the corn, and it came out fine, but I realized that while we were dehydrating, I was pretty much watching that jerky like a hawk. The second thing is too, you want to make sure if you're doing jerky, you want to make sure you use like 90-10, use the least amount of fat, because it's just you might end up having a bad day. It piss you off, or something along those lines. Now, as far as with my dehydrator, it came with a couple screens. Well, I bought a couple screens, but I saw something on YouTube a while back, and I ended up going to a craft store because I just wasn't too patient as far as waiting to get them. And I said, well, let me see if this actually works. And what you can do is go to a craft store and get yourself some sheets of plastic canvas. It's flexible, has different colors, and I think each one was 49 cents. They were running a sale. The white ones were like 59 or 60 cents. And what you do is you pretty much get your screens, mark a circle, mark the hole in the middle, cut it out, and you just pretty much put both pieces together. And it's worked out. I haven't had any issues, and actually that kind of worked a little better than the screens I have. Just kind of sucks when you wash them. I mean, you have a lot more pieces in your dish drain or whatever, but it works out well. But I definitely learned to make sure you pay a little bit closer attention to the dehydrator you have. You guys probably don't have to do that because you were probably able to get the ones with the temperature gauges, but I really didn't have the money for the one I want, and it's been working out, so it's fine. Another thing that was kind of cool if you want to get the kids involved, or just something to do if you wanted to mark your jars. This is some rice wheat dehydrator, and these markings here are actually some chalkboard glue. Paint. Sorry. And you can actually just use some chalk, mark what's on there, mark how you have to cook it, or how much is in there. These jars have the designs and stuff on them, but a lot of them, some of the other ones we have are just clear. You could put them on there, then you can just wipe them off and reuse the jars, the canning jar. So you can do that too. Just get a little cheap little brush, and it could be something the kids could help out with if they want to do any projects and stuff like that for school. But that's just one of the things I learned as far as with the dehydrating. It's kind of cool. Learned how to do quite a bit of stuff. This is hamburger here, and it's about, I want to say 2-3 pounds of hamburger. That was interesting. The eggs that we made, we rehydrated them, and they sucked. We used the cook and then dehydrate method. I'm gonna try the liquid method next and see if that comes out any better. But as far as everything else has been rehydrating pretty fine. But just wanted to show what I've been up to and a couple things I found out. So if you have that same dehydrator, just make sure you keep that in mind. Kind of felt kind of dumb once I figured that out, but still like it, still doing it. So, alright guys, Forever Ghost Store, I'm out.